Hello, everybody. It's May. It's come around quick, but we're here. And I know I've been looking forward to the nice warm weather and getting things back to normal. I did have my second COVID shot yesterday. It was the Moderna shot, and I have to say it put me down hard. My whole body hurt yesterday, so I'm on Advil right now, which is working pretty well, and hopefully I'll bounce back for tomorrow. But not a whole lot of sleep last night. Today I've got just a couple of topics to talk to you guys about. I've had some very interesting webinars that I've attended. One was with Wayne Gretzky, and he was talking about his career and just was able to tell a bunch of stories that I thought were super cool. And Wayne is the consummate professional. Wayne is awesome. He is. If you're a big hockey fan, Wayne's probably the guy everybody looks up to. Another webinar that I attended was this gentleman. He's an English chap. His name is Ben Hammersley, and he actually is inventor of the term podcast. He was working for a paper, and he submitted an article, and this was back in the day when papers got printed, and they said, "Hey Ben, we need another sentence. Can you come up with another sentence in the next 5 minutes before we go to press?" And he said, "Okay," and he made up a term, and he ended his article with a term called podcast and a couple others to describe the concept of being able to hear an audio through the internet. In that day and age, you would actually download it to your device and sync it. What Ben said, Ben's a futurist, and he had a lot of interesting things to say. He said, really up to now, most energy in a company is spent or set to keeping things from changing, and he calls that braking energy. And he said that, the role of leadership going forward is to enable flourishing within the company. And that's that continual transformation where leadership changes braking energy and turns it into growth energy. So that's what we're doing here at MySherpa. It's an exciting year, and we've got a lot of good things to show for it. And it's nice to know we're on the right track. And business as usual is going to be more of taking that braking energy and looking for new and better ways of doing things and to turn that into growth for our company. And he also said that you should judge people on their transformative powers in the business and not their quote-unquote productivity from work from home. So some interesting concepts. Another super interesting thing that Ben spoke about on the webinar earlier this week was, those emails from Nigeria, where, hey, someone's fallen on hard times and they want to transact and send a bunch of money and then have you move it into an account, et cetera, et cetera. Well, he was talking about those emails and you could always tell those Nigerian emails because of the poor grammar and misspellings. And we always thought, well, that was some Nigerian person that just doesn't know the English language that well, and that's why. It turns out it's way more sophisticated than that. So the best way to sort through who is going to be a good person to work with and be maybe not so smart or naive or gullible are people that don't notice the spelling mistakes. So they do it on purpose. Go figure, right? They actually do A/B testing to see what kind of people engage in that conversation. And they find that the people that are less intelligent or maybe less trained are the ones they want to work with because there's more of a likelihood that they're going to set up the account and be a money mule. I thought that was a super interesting story that even the Nigerian money laundering schemes, they're actually quite sophisticated in knowing their target audience, knowing the demographic, knowing who's going to be their perfect customer. I thought that was a pretty cool webinar. I want to show you a phishing email that I received the other day. For some reason, my name is out there on some lists. My whole company's getting those emails that I think you're probably all too familiar with. But I thought this was a neat little twist on a new way for them to present an email that looked interesting to click on. Of course, we did not click on it. The SharePoint at mysherpa.com, and SharePoint is one of the products within Microsoft 365 that we get with that subscription. And also, it's another one that looks like it's kind of like an encrypted email. So if you've seen encrypted emails coming from Microsoft, they actually have this HTML attachment, and it makes it look a little more secure, at least in this case. What's of interest is the name of this, right? April Financial Reports and Statements. Now, I know we don't share our statements internally via SharePoint, so that's one of the first tip-offs. But, hey, for a subject, an Excel spreadsheet of financial reports and cash flow, that's something that a lot of people would open. And so I was looking So I was looking through this and going, all right, well, it's obviously not real. I did double check with our finance person, and they did not send this to me, so I confirmed that. One giveaway is that it says spam right here, right? So our mail protection, it's the same mail protection that we offer all of our customers that you all have. It actually is showing me that, hey, this is probably not legit, or at least it's flagging it for spam. Another way of telling is that this whole window here is actually a graphic. Okay, so this is a legitimate SharePoint document that I created. Again, it's very similar. It's, again, SharePoint, but one of the differences, it's no reply at SharePointOnline.com versus my Sherpa at SharePoint Online. So that's one tip. Another one, it doesn't have spam appended. And then, as you can see, the point being is be really careful, especially now. I guess I'm bringing this up because the perpetrators are using something that looks like an encrypted email from Microsoft. Now that that's becoming more commonplace, they're using that to override your good judgment, thinking, wow, it looks a little bit like that encrypted email I got from my CPA, and maybe it's safe. Keep an eye out there. Any of our customers that would like more information on training or simulated phishing, these are all programs that we have. Do see your Strategic Pathway Sherpa. That'd be either Sherpa Eric, Kelly, or Alex. Thanks for taking time to read through our newsletter. If there are any topics you want us to cover next month, you're welcome to reply and give us some ideas of things that you'd like us to discuss. I do want to thank my wife, Patricia, for getting these newsletters out the door every month on time. I hope you have a great May and look forward to talking to you in June. From the mountains to you, Greg out.